Get into these top five. And I heard what you said, but I got to put more pressure on you. You got to put yourself in there, bro.
I'll be real, but I can't say that anybody's better than me at my position in the league. But if I had to go, if I left myself out, or if I had to go 1B, I would go Jets right now.
Davante Adams was voted as the NFL's best receiver in 2020 and in 2021. And a man by the name of Justin Jefferson is the only reason Adams didn't three-peat as the NFL's #1 voted receiver. And that'll be the million-dollar question we'll be unpacking today. Who is the best receiver in the NFL? There's been as many 1,500-yard receiving seasons in the last 2 years as there were in the previous 5 years combined. And Justin Jefferson and Davante Adams have both surpassed that 1,500-yard marker 2 years straight. The question of who's better simply comes down to preference. Do you like the young, shifty, electric, game-changing stud, or the seasoned vet who plays sweet symphonies with his feet? The case for Justin Jefferson is a pretty easy one. He's younger, he's flashier, he's a more explosive player, and his receiving yards only improve from year to year. Jetta's rookie season, he finished with 1,400 yards. Then in his sophomore season, he finished with 1,616 yards, and then 1,809 yards to lead the NFL in 2022. So it's safe to say he's only going to get better. But I don't see Davante Adams just willingly handing his title over. In Tay's first season without Aaron Rodgers, he put together a massive season, finishing with 100 receptions for 1,516 yards and 14 touchdowns, which was 6 more than Jefferson. The best wide receivers in the NFL demand the ball. They often have to beat 2 to 3 defenders to even get open, and 9 times out of 10, they'll bring down any ball thrown their way. Both of these receivers are talented, crafty players who take advantage of cornerbacks in ways that seem illegal. We all know Davante Sweet Feet Adams is a magician at the line of scrimmage, and his release mixed with his beautiful route running often leaves DBs mesmerized. This play was an indicator of how Davante Adams' season was going to go. This was him simply welcoming the rookie into the league. And here on this play, Davante really sold this in-breaking route with not only the body lean, but also the little hop inside, and as soon as the DB committed, he whipped it hard back outside, creating tons of separation. And routes like that explain why all of his 27 receptions against single coverage either went for a first down or a touchdown. And speaking of touchdowns, this play versus the Chiefs in single coverage is just simply too easy. 4th and 1 here, so the Chiefs rightfully wanted to stuff the box. But in doing so, you're leaving your corner one-on-one with Davante Adams, and as we see, that never plays out well. Tay gets to the top of this route and it gives the DB a slight tilt and head turn outside before actually breaking back inside. And that was just enough to get the DB off balance and create just enough separation. But if you want to see the true respect defenders have for Davante's route running, look no further than this. Look at the difference in spacing between how they're playing Davante Adams and then how they play Mac Hollins on the opposite side. And still, the vet explodes off the ball, eats up this cushion, and forces Surtain to open up his hips. And as soon as that happens, he's able to stop on a dime for this easy comeback route. And while most would say Davante is the king of route running, you could say Jefferson is the prince in line because he's done his fair share of damage as well. Take this play for instance. This play by Jefferson is very impressive considering he was bracketed by the defense. But really selling this corner route not only had this linebacker stumbling when he broke it inside, but it also really made this safety feel like he was breaking out. But what really stands out to me is the end. Jettas has an uncanny ability to go up and make contested catches, and he's probably become the NFL's best contested catcher. Jefferson has been an absolute game changer for the Minnesota Vikings since entering the league in 2020. In this season, he went on 2 separate 3-game streaks of 100+ yards, and his production was enough to earn him first-team All-Pro selection at the end of the year. This is a quarterback's dream, to have a receiver who you know will finish off plays even if he's going to take a hit. And Jefferson has no problem coming across the middle and sacrificing his body either. But not only is he tough, he's also quick and shifty to where he doesn't have to withstand too many of those hits. And that may be the biggest difference, and maybe it's the age, but I don't remember Davante Adams ever being as quick as Jefferson is. Here you see him slow play this release for a quick second before just racing by the defender for an easy completion on this fly ball. And it should be illegal for somebody to run a double move against single coverage with his speed and route running. And here against the Lions again, you can see that 10 yards into this route, and he already has the DB beat, and he's essentially just waiting on the ball. Speed is something you can't teach or learn. You've either got it or you don't. But getting back to Davante Adams, we've already talked about how dominant he is at the line of scrimmage. And although he isn't as fast as Jettis, there has to be some reason why he just wrapped up his second straight 1,500-yard season, in his third straight season with 100+ receptions, while being named first-team All-Pro for the third straight season. Similarly to when I said age is the reason that Jefferson is faster, well, now age is on the side of Davante Adams. Adams has a few more trips around the sun than Jefferson does, and during that time he's been able to take some mental notes and add some tricks to his game that constantly leave DBs guessing. Patience, a word that seemingly conflicts with the art of route running and the idea of Davante breaking in and out of his routes. But patience is often what gets Davante open at times. To give you a sense of what I mean, let's look at this play. Davante does a great job of selling his fake because on run plays, we all know receivers don't try, and that's exactly what caused this corner to take one false step, and Davante kicks it in the second gear with nothing but green grass in front of him. In fact, his patience may have contributed to him leading the league with 9 touchdowns over 30 yards this season. On the other hand, Jefferson's mix of speed paired with his amazing ball skills make him a nightmare for defenders. Here again, Justin's bracketed by 2 Vikings defenders, and not only is this amazing trust from Kirk Cousins to throw this ball, but it's also a testament to how great Jettis is as he's able to come down with the catch in a crowded area. But when it comes to great catches, Davante has one that's about as good as it gets. Here in the red zone, which is practically Davante Adams' home, he runs a goal line fade and the DB plays the best coverage you'll probably see. But when it's Davante Adams, it just doesn't matter. He utilizes every bit of that end zone and comes down with this amazing touchdown grab. However, Justin Jefferson did have Stephon Gilmore thinking they were playing zone defense instead of man on this zig route. Jettis ran this zig route flawlessly by really giving a hard step in to sell that he was coming back to the ball before breaking out for this easy touchdown. The decision is yours. I'll leave you with this. In Davante Adams' best season, he finished with 123 receptions for 1,553 yards and 11 touchdowns, and that was in only 16 games. Justin Jefferson's career is just beginning, but he's coming off his best season with 128 receptions for 1,809 yards and 8 touchdowns. There are tons of questions left to be answered before the decision can be made, like will Jefferson reach 2,000 yards? And how will Adams look with Jimmy G at the helm? Will it help or hurt his production? But if you enjoyed this video, be sure to comment part 2, and I'll follow this up with another interesting versus. Peace.